Hi, today we're going to show you how to do some microgreens. This is our first time doing it here in our in-home setup. Basically, we purchased some trays like this. You could use pretty much anything. These came from the dollar store. They're not there's no pre-holes in them. So you could use a drill, or what we used is a small little screwdriver. And this plastic's very flimsy and very easy to work with to poke holes. So you just go that way. We put 4 on each section here. And then we lined the bottom tray that still is solid with 6 of the popsicle sticks. So then what happens, you will take the tray here once you get holes in it and soil and set it down on top. That will allow water to go in, and you can do bottom watering as well. So we went ahead and we actually have a tray already set up. We put labels on ours as well, so it's easy to tell what it needs. So this one here, I'll pick it up here. So it shows the date that we are planting it. This one's going to be spinach. And it also gives, we wrote a quick cheat sheet here. So it goes the germination, how many days it has to stay in blackout, and then when it's ready to harvest. You have to measure a specific amount of seeds, and you want to pack down the soil as well, and you will add water to it, which we'll show you here shortly as well. So we already went ahead. It's always easier to use a shaker to plant, but you could do freehand as well. So what we did is we measured out for sunflowers, or not sunflowers, sorry, this is spinach. So spinach, you need around 10 to 15 grams of seeds for a tray close to this size. Sunflowers, is one that you actually have to pre-soak in water, and there's some that you need to pre-soak. So on those trays, we added an additional label here on the side that says how many days it needs to, or how many hours it needs to soak in water for. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out to the kitchen now, and I'm going to add water. If you're outside in a warmer climate, unfortunately here it is March, and we still have some snow on the ground, and our water hose is frozen outside, so we're definitely not going to try to use that today. So we will go out to the kitchen. Okay, so what you do is you take your tray, take it out of the bottom tray, and then just soak this water here. Soak the trays to let it actually get enough moisture, and then it will drain out. You want to add water after you added the seed as well. So I'm trying to get it as even as possible, and we'll do a bottom water as I mentioned earlier. So that's where using the bottom tray will actually hold the seed, or not the seed, but the water. As you can tell, these trays are flimsy. You can use something a little bit more sturdy, but this is trying to make it cost effective to do by using the dollar store. You can use like old Tupperware containers if you wished. Just make sure you drill the holes in them so the water will drip out. And don't worry, we'll wash our sink before we do any dishes or meal prep in here. So now that I have that, we let that water drip out as much as it can. And then we'll go to planting the seed. So while that's draining there, I'm going to show you the bottom of the other tray. So this is the other tray here. I'm just going to move the hose out of the way. So I take the popsicle sticks and line them up like this, just to give a gap, so that way it's not sitting directly on it. It will allow water to penetrate down into the bottom and not build up. So we'll be all set there. So I'm just going to wait for the water to drain out of the other one. As you can see, this still pooled a little bit, so I got to pick it up. And in the meantime, leave me a comment below if you've ever done microgreens before and what your favorite ones are to grow. And I'll put that back in. So we're there. As I mentioned, this is our first time growing them at our homestead here in Nova Scotia. We're looking forward to eating them because lately we've been purchasing them from a local supplier, and we, as a family, we do enjoy having them. We even add them on the top of our bagel, or not bagel, but our English muffin pizza that we did on a previous video. So we'll go back into the living room, add the seeds, and then we'll be back. So we're back into the living room here. I've got my spinach seeds here now. So you want to spread them off into the tray. And the reason I use a shaker is it makes it easier to spread them around. You want fairly even as much as possible, because it will be ready in a few days here to germinate, and then it will grow, and you'll have your microgreens to enjoy on salads or as toppings on anything. So that's kind of what it looks like there now that it's all added in. So usually what you do is you add some water as well. However, as you can tell, this one still had a fair amount of water left over because it didn't all drain out. So I don't have to re-water it because I was trying to go as fairly quick for the video here. Then what you want to do is you take another tray that you have holes in it. You'll put it on top like that, and then you'll put weight on it. So the weight will help hold it down, and that's during the blackout period. So that's what the blackout is. So for spinach, it's 3 to 5 days on the blackout, and it should germinate in approximately 2 to 3 days, and ready for harvesting in 8 to 12 days. I will show you our greenhouse setup that we have inside right now. We purchased this greenhouse from Amazon. It is portable. It's a small one. Some hardware stores carry them. Here in Canada, Canadian Tire had similar ones as well. The lighting system that we used is an LED light strip that we purchased from Amazon as well. And basically you can use any kind of lighting that you wish. It should be on. I usually have it set for 12 to 16 hours a day. You can do the same. You can turn it off and on, or have one on an automatic switch so you can adjust it as needed. So let's show you the setup here. So this is our setup here. We have it in front of our window as well. We have blackout curtains in the back to help keep the cold out in the winter time. These are future ones. As I mentioned, sunflowers have to soak for, these ones soak for around 8 hours. As I mentioned, we put the other label on the other side. Back here is another type of, I believe it was beets, and then we have radish. Those are left to be planted. Down below are some of the ones that we had in our hydroponic system. Our hydroponic system pump stopped working, so we transplanted them into some soil, and we're trying to save them. We didn't catch it right away, so fingers crossed it will grow. We can provide an update on that. If you are interested in any of the materials that we use today, the seeds we got from our local co-op store. The soil we got in bulk from a local supplier. The trays, as I mentioned, came from the dollar store. The LED lights that we have right here are anchored on with zip ties, and these came from Amazon as well as the greenhouse from Amazon. But definitely don't forget to like and subscribe, and once the seeds germinate and produce microgreens, we will provide another update. So fingers crossed it actually works out for us to be able to show you that. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.